Have you ever wondered what love, lies, and loyalty have in common? Well, the answer lies within a tale as old as time itself, the story of Samson and Delilah. This ancient narrative found in the pages of the Bible holds valuable lessons that resonate even in the modern age. Samson, a man of extraordinary strength, was a Nazirite. He was set apart to serve God right from birth. His life was marked by moments of great triumph, but also deep tragedy, largely due to his tumultuous relationship with Delilah. This complex tale is more than just a story. It's a mirror reflecting the struggle within each of us, between our virtues and our vices. In the beginning, there was love, a love so profound that it had the power to shake the pillars of a man's life. This man was Samson, a figure of immense strength, and the woman who captivated him was Delilah. In the book of Judges, chapter 16, verse 4, we delve into the tale of this intense love. Samson, a Nazirite from birth, was different from ordinary men. His strength was legendary, and his loyalty to his God was steadfast. But when he met Delilah, his heart was captivated. He was smitten, enchanted, and completely awestruck. At first sight, love had never been so powerfully embodied. But as the story unfolds, we see how this love led Samson to his downfall. He was so blinded by his affection for Delilah that he didn't see the danger lurking in the shadows. He didn't realize that his beloved was being used as a pawn to uncover the secret of his strength. Let us take a moment to reflect on this. Love, in its purest form, is a beautiful thing. It can create bonds that transcend time. It can inspire greatness, and it can heal the deepest wounds. But when love is manipulated, when it is used as a weapon, it can lead to destruction. Samson's love for Delilah was his Achilles heel. It was the one thing that made him vulnerable. And when he revealed the secret of his strength to her, he sealed his fate. The person he loved the most betrayed him, and this took away his strength. This tale is a reminder of the dual nature of love. It's a force of creation, bringing people together and kindling the spark of life. But it can also be a force of destruction, capable of leading us astray, just like it did with Samson. So as we journey through life, let us remember to love with wisdom, to love with an open heart, but also an open mind. Because while love can build us up, it can also tear us down if we're not careful. Love can be a powerful force, but it can also lead us astray. Then, the lies began to weave their web. Let us review the story from Judges 16, where Delilah, Samson's love, spins a web of deception, the ramifications of which were devastating for our hero. We witness the heartbreaking betrayal of Samson by Delilah. Delilah, perhaps driven by fear or greed, or perhaps both, repeatedly betrays Samson's trust. She asks him 3 times about the source of his extraordinary strength. Each time, Samson, suspecting a trap, gives her false information. Yet, with each lie, Delilah tests the veracity of his words, revealing her deceit. Imagine being in Samson's shoes. The person you love and trust is repeatedly trying to uncover your deepest secret. Not for your benefit, but for your downfall. It's a gut-wrenching scenario, isn't it? Despite the repeated betrayals, Samson, blinded by love, remains entangled in Delilah's web of lies. But let's pause for a moment and reflect on the importance of honesty and trust in relationships. Be it a friendship, a romantic partnership, or even professional ties, the foundation of any relationship is trust. And trust is built on the pillar of honesty. A single lie can cause a ripple effect, leading to more lies, mistrust, and eventually the disintegration of the relationship in question. It is like a spider's web. Once you're caught in it, it's hard to free yourself. And the more you struggle, the more entangled you become. This is what happened to Samson. Despite being physically the strongest man of his time, he was emotionally weak. His love for Delilah overpowered his judgment, leading him to reveal his true secret. Delilah, enticed by the promise of 1,100 pieces of silver, betrayed Samson's trust. She coaxed him into revealing the secret of his strength, his unshaven hair, a symbol of his vow to God. Once his secret was discovered, his hair was cut off while he slept, draining him of his strength. As his strength deserted him, he was captured. Samson, a man of immense strength, was undone not by physical combat, but by the treachery of someone he held dear. And finally, loyalty was shattered. In conclusion, the story of Samson and Delilah serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of lies and deceit. It underscores the importance of honesty and trust in relationships, and the consequences when these are lost. Remember, lies can create a web that is difficult to escape from. This tale is a stark reminder of the destructive power of broken loyalty. Loyalty, my friends, is the bedrock of any relationship. It's the invisible thread that binds us together, giving us the confidence to be vulnerable, to share our fears, hopes, and dreams. When loyalty is compromised, the fallout can be catastrophic, much like Samson's fate. Yet it's essential to remember that loyalty is a two-way street. Samson too had his part to play in this tale of broken loyalty. He allowed his love for Delilah to blind him, to make him forget his duty to God and his people. He placed his trust in someone who had proven, not once but 3 times, that she was willing to betray him. The pain of betrayal is a bitter pill to swallow. It stings, it burns, and it leaves a mark. But it's also a wake-up call, a chance for introspection. It's an opportunity to reassess your relationships and question if you've placed your trust in the right people. In the grand scheme of things, the tale of Samson and Delilah is more than just a story of love and deceit. It's a story about the importance of loyalty, the consequences of betrayal, and the painful journey towards self-realization. It's about understanding that loyalty isn't just about trust. It's about deserving that trust. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we loyal to those who count on us? And are we placing our trust in those who truly deserve it? When loyalty is broken, trust is shattered, and relationships crumble. In the end, Samson's downfall was inevitable. The story of Samson is a narrative of immense strength and profound weakness, of divine purpose and human failure. After his betrayal by Delilah, Samson's life takes an unfortunate turn. He's captured, blinded, and made to grind grain in prison. The mighty hero of Israel, the man with supernatural strength, has fallen. Yet even in this tragic downfall, there's a glimmer of hope. Samson's hair, the source of his strength, begins to grow back. It's a subtle reminder that even in our lowest moments, recovery and redemption are possible. Let's reflect on the lessons we can learn from Samson's life and downfall. The first is about the dangers of pride. Samson was blessed with extraordinary power, but his pride led him to believe he was invincible. He underestimated his enemies, overestimated his own abilities, and ultimately, his pride was his undoing. The second lesson is about the importance of loyalty and trust. Samson's affection for Delilah blinded him to her deceit. His misplaced trust led to his downfall. This teaches us to be discerning in our relationships, to be aware of who we place our trust in, and to understand the potential consequences of misplaced loyalty. Lastly, Samson's story reminds us of the power of redemption. Despite his mistakes and his downfall, Samson's final act was one of redemption. He fulfilled his divine purpose even if it was in death. His life, as flawed as it was, still carried out God's plan. This teaches us that no matter how far we've strayed or how low we've fallen, it's never too late to seek redemption and fulfill our purpose. In closing, the story of Samson is a tragic yet powerful tale of love, lies, and loyalty. It's a story filled with lessons that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. It's a stark reminder of the consequences of our actions, the importance of discernment, and the everlasting potential for redemption. Samson's story is a tragic tale of love, lies, and loyalty. Before we continue, if you are finding value in this video, please take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, because we have plenty more content coming your way. Now let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered in the tragic tale of Samson. This story is not simply an ancient narrative, but a mirror that reflects our own strengths, weaknesses, and the choices we make. Samson's tale of love, lies, and loyalty is a timeless exploration of human nature, revealing how we can sometimes be blind to the truth, even when it's right in front of us. Consider Samson's strength. His physical power was unmatched, yet his emotional vulnerability led him to his downfall. We too, in our own ways, have incredible strengths. But like Samson, we must be cautious of where we place our trust and how we use our gifts. Then there was his love for Delilah, a love that led him astray. It reminds us to question, are we letting our emotions cloud our judgment? Are we allowing love to blind us from seeing the truth? And what about the lies? Lies that were woven so intricately that they trapped Samson in a web of deceit. This poses the question, are we being honest with ourselves and others? Or are we, like Samson, ensnared in a web of half-truths and deception? Finally, let's ponder over the broken loyalty, the betrayal that cut deeper than any Philistine blade. It implores us to reflect on our own loyalties. Are we faithful to those who trust us? Do we hold fast to our promises, or do we let them shatter under pressure? As we delve deeper into these themes, I invite you to share your thoughts and reflections in the comments section. Let's create a space where we can learn from each other and grow together. We all have something to learn from Samson's tragic tale. As we wrap up Samson's story, we invite you to further explore the lessons it holds. The intricacies of his tale, the love, the lies, the loyalty, and ultimately the downfall, are a treasure trove of insights just waiting to be unlocked. So why not delve deeper? The story of Samson, as told in Judges 16:4-22, is a compelling read. Take some time out of your day, grab your favorite version of the Bible, and immerse yourself in the rich tapestry of this ancient narrative. And then, let's make this a two-way street. Share your thoughts, your reflections, and your takeaways. What did you learn? What struck you the most? What parallels do you see in your own life? This is a journey of discovery, and your insights could be the key that unlocks new understanding for someone else. Remember, we can all learn something from the stories of the past. So go ahead, dive into the Bible, and let us know what you discover.